Enjoy the Ride by Kimberly Gotches. Every day of my 20 years as a New York City taxi driver was the same, except for one. For those 20 years, every street, every person, every interaction felt exactly the same. In my cab and out of my cab, I felt disconnected. I would use my imagination to take me someplace else. I'd pretend I was gliding over shining water rather than dodging potholes. In fact, that's all there was for 20 years. Big, gaping holes being filled with things that just didn't fit. And then came that day, the day a crazy, wonderful stranger changed everything. Have you ever had to make a major decision? He asked me as he jumped into the front seat of my cab. Once I got over the shock of him sitting next to me, I tried to imagine what kind of decision he meant. The kind most guys I knew would make. I had to pick a path, he said. One was safer, and one was not. I like to get lost and be free. I saw the risks, and I ignored them. I was curious, so I followed my heart, he said. That sounds like a good thing, I said to him. That's what I thought, he said. But as I've been walking this path, a dark shadow follows me. I'm afraid I'm going the wrong way, and I will never be happy again. Why not just pick another path then? I asked. I believe I have, he said. He looked at me very intently. The silence made me uncomfortable, and I didn't know what to say. So I got back to business. What is your destination? I asked. I just want to take a ride. I will know where to stop when it's right, he said. Well, I thought he was a little off his rocker. My dealings with men had all been the same. Maybe I was a little crazy myself to go along for this ride, but something felt a bit different when I looked out my window with this man beside me. Somehow the usual chaos seemed to drift away as we rode. I decided to go with it, to seize the moment. That's when we hit the first red light, and then every red light in New York City. I started to get annoyed, and my cab growled along with me. There seemed to be green lights for everyone but me. I mean, everyone. I looked at my watch in annoyance. I had somewhere to be. Sitting beside yet another red light, we waited and waited and waited and waited. It got dark. Every shortcut I tried to take seemed to bring me back to the same place. I felt stuck. The man beside me didn't seem to care. He was actually smiling. I made a joke out of it. Actually, he made a joke out of it. We should make some new signs for the city, he said as we waited for a group of tourists to cross the street. Duck crossing. Horse crossing. Grounded planes. Rusty runners. Slow-moving seniors. We'll deliver your pizza in 30 minutes or we're liars. He started to laugh. I still felt like a little fish in a big sea. I wanted to be in control. Then it started to rain. I wanted to cry. There seemed to be nowhere to turn. That was it. I put my foot on the gas and ran a red light full steam ahead. We would need a miracle to get where we were going. I didn't know whether we were going someplace or no place, but I wanted to get there. My gas tank was near empty, and I was hanging from a thread. "Stop!" the man beside me yelled. "We're here." He told me to step out of the cab. It seemed like this man was a dream, a mere figment of my imagination, but I wanted it to be real. He got out of the cab and I followed him. I left all connections to the old world behind. We spent a day in New York like I had never seen before. It was like the day had been waiting for us. Why had it taken me so long to jump in? It was like something that had been bubbling inside me finally exploded. Something that had been empty was finally filled. I wanted to hold on to this moment forever. "It's time to go now," he said. The way he looked at me, I saw the writing on the wall. I would never see him again. His wings were showing through. Returning back to my cab felt like walking through a fog. Getting closer and closer to my city began to take on a new shape. I felt like I was arriving at my homecoming celebration. What had frustrated me before didn't frustrate me now. I had so much to do. For once, I was moving forward. I could laugh along with whoever the crazy conductor of this train may be. I never knew his name, but that man gave me a piece of something, an important piece that I had been missing. How long will we wait, watching, boxed in, before we cross over to something sweet? What we need is closer than we think. We're still in the game. That man made me see there are options other than scrambled. There are other options, a higher ground. When I forget this again, I will pause. I will think of that day. I will think of his laugh. I will remember to not take the little things for granted. I will remember to enjoy the ride.